くだらなくとも掟は掟か。
くだらなくなんかないよ。あの人たちにとっては大切な掟なんだ。
ほう。
守るだけの価値がある大切な掟なんだよ。
おう、なかなか言うようになったな、小僧。
僕もう小僧じゃないと思うんだけど。
いいから行くぞ。
砂嵐が激しい。
この施設、
ヨナ、大丈夫？
お兄
よ
お兄ち今日は本当に
ああ、
やった
さあ。夢にも。
おはよう。どうしたの？
夢なんでもない。大丈夫。
ヨナも
へえ、
男の子とね、
どんなゲーム？
言葉を当てっこするゲームだよ。
言葉を当てっこするゲーム？
男の子が何を言っているかをとても難しかったよ。
その子は。
でも次までにはお勉強しいつか。
ああ、
いつでも作る。
どうした？
ちょっと気になることがあるからポポルさんのところに行こう。
そういえば 東街道をこれで
狩りへ出る前には戦いに来てください。
Let's go talk to Papula. Also need to get her that drink, don't I? Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing you to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream. Writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice Dream on the matter. Okay, right, I see. Recently there have been dream reports, dream, okay. Dream, curse, dream evil, dream words, dream. Sounds like a scene out of Shark Boy and Lava Girl for those who are old enough to see that.
君の悪い手紙だな。
誰からの手紙？
北の方にある森で神話の森と呼ばれる場所の村長から。
The Forest of Myth. What I dreamed about last night.
話好きの明るい人たちばかりでちょっと心配だわ。でも
僕もちょっと気になってること。
そう。
Well.
神話の森は北平原の橋を。
Got some quests to do still. Let's take a look, see what we're up to on those. Complete Jonas cooking. Got venison, need wheat. Okay. Fisherman's Gambit. Definitely not doing that yet. Ballad of the Twins. I need 4 mouse tail, 2 lizard's tail. Fine. And need wheat for that as well. So I've got enough. Everything else just needs wheat. Wheat. What was that then? Quest completion 18%. Wow. But let's go say hello to I've actually might have already said something to Yuna. Okay. Kane's there's the ball. Oh, shades, cool. Let's go. Wrong thing. Done. Here they come. Ah, they're on the ground. Right, fine. Nice. Distracted a little bit. Beware the words.
言葉？何のこと？
伝染する
Contagious words.
夢見る人。
なんだこの奇妙な感じは。不思議そうにとは失礼。
It is not quite quizzical.
何これ？
What's going on?
こやつに聞くのがよい。あなたたちは。
僕たちこの村に異変が起こったって聞いて。
私とカイあなた方を
夢？
なんだって。
Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
我らが
Now see here, he said. Are you saying that we've been absorbed into your dream? Well, yes, said the mayor. I think you have.
つまり僕たち
In other words, said Promori, we've caught the death dream. Before the mayor could confirm Promori's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
そんなバカ。
Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
死の夢は
That's just how the death dream works. Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
探すな。
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool. The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Promori had seen, and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
きっと夢に
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream, said the mayor. A certain conversation. A specific word. Something. Oh, lost the whole screen. Promori and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chat, too many meaningless conversations.
適当に会話していて悪かったな。
Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations. The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
愛したようにではな
It
く
does not seem to sting my pride, you bloody gasbag of a narrator. Charming.
はっきりと
It has demolished it utterly. Irritated, Vice looked at the skyward and asked, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
知っておるわ。
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already. The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Promori like a contagion. Wait, said Promori suddenly. Did someone say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. He must have said something right, asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep, cried Vice, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Promori's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them out a few times before finally nodding his approval at Promori. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last time you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his warm pencil stopped tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of what it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his own focused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular. It was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the colours out of our lives. I just want to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Promori nodded in agreement. Oh, wait a second, I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Promori, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Vice. The Grimoire looked from Promori to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and the dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Money, please. Payment is not required, how dare you? We are eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he said. He called at the departing form of Promori Vice. We're all counting on you. As Promori slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Promori's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he had been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor travelling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Promori to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Promori snapped. Okay, Vice, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Promori leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words told from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume as he rattled his teeth. Promori slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice, what's going on? Promori could see Vice moving, but he might as well be shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then just as Promori's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running from the forest, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree, 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 zree. Shack, shack, shack. Chiki, chiki, chiki. Woo, 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 ba, woo, 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 ba. Shik, shik, seek. Shik, 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 seek. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Promori began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous, what is it? But my pages, is this a riddle? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous, what is it? Secret. Seesaw, how should I think it's secret. Inwardly furious that Vice had left it to the task to him, Promori sighed and gave the only answer that he made sense. It's a secret. Right. The sound of the insect stopped as it suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Promori like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Promori moved on with intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, sir, said Promori after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Promori picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Promori grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all, this one is pretty easy. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? That will be sunlight. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey look, cried Promori, awaking Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a cottage nestled amongst the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Promori walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Promori, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Promori tried to grasp the cloaked man, who he was and what he was doing here, but he simply repeated the question. I have 4 legs in the morning. Well, if we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Promori, but at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? A man, a demon, or an angel? Well, none of them. I seem to recall years ago reading about something about a riddle about this where you've got 4 legs in the morning, but it's not about morning as in morning of the day. I think it's like the epoch. It's kind of he starts off on 4 legs. He starts off in 4 sort of the human journey. The human started off on 4 legs. Then in the middle of the journey they ended with 2, but the night ended with 3. It's almost death though, isn't it? Ended with 3 legs, right. Let's go with a man. A man! The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that the man flung his garments aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Promori. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that? What does that mean? Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. That probably references the start of the game, that. It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate him on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Promori watched, mist seeped from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Promori and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. Who says good gravy? His left hand grasped Promori's and pumped it so fiercely he threatened to dislodge it from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung her through the air. Gah, by the heavens, stop shaping me, you fool. We've not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd see you again. Promori withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Promori filled him on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Promori cocked his head. Need a drink now, 2 seconds. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. We should just lay down and go to sleep. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Promori and the mayor immediately reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Vice? It is the words that control the Death Dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they woke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had wakened from their dream. Promori shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an awed voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village and I wanted to. Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it. But I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked. Then glanced at Promori and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, the mayor said with a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I'm sure, said Vice. For now you should return home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the centre of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained. When the prayer was finished, it's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as the Sealed Verse. Ooh, we want one of those. Promori and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a gold had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, there is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Promori mentioned that the strange man who had given them the third riddle, and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too. Promori tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the Death Dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Promori gave a nod and smile, and inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about this mayor and his words, and what exactly is going on here? That riddle will prove to be the most difficult one of all.
ありがとうございます。これでやっと普通の暮らし。しかし、君はできれば他の村民も助けて。
Sealed verse.
「結構簡単に封印されし言葉が手に入ったね。
ちょっと簡単なんだか。
考えすぎだよ、お城。
Save that. That was quite a long sequence. That definitely don't want to lose that.
の人も
おそらくは
あの文字だらけの世界か。
不満を垂れている暇があれば。
はあ。
I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked underneath a stairway in the long and used catacomb of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here, wind is forgotten, friend, I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips in by the single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My saviour. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters in my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all gods, help me. And possibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours in. Inside, my eyes, accustomed to the blackness, explode with pain. I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking my hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimmer Vice, and this is Probori. Long have we been searching for you. Now come stand. We shall awaken you from this nightmare together. The one known as Promori extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognise the staccato sound of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimmer Voice. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the entrails of a giant. I squint down the corridors and proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds, resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I came upon a shapeless mess of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch the piece of mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses, I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again, and the horror dawns full on me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Insanity will not permit me to consider that proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter I cannot be certain, but then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors. Well, I've just come from the north. I've just come north, so I don't want to go south. I'll go east. So I want to go north now. I've just come north. I don't want to go south. At the end of the path, the water rises to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually I can stand the sight of water no longer, so I turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the flaky plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people have lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of thin, breezy cloth and decorated with the motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume by even modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hand. Yet as I extend my single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring close at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped in this place for eternity? For eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there will be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing line the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I've been admiring a row of corpses blocked from view by portraits of each victim at the pinnacle. Enough, shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dark, dim corridors and proceed south. So I don't want to go north, so let's go south again, and west, and south. The water has risen to my chin and I laps greedily at my mouth and nose. "You dumb bastard," shouted Moriarty. He surely desired to say more, but the rest of his insults is cut short by the rising water. Grim of ice, wet and tattered, floats on the surface of the water surface. It's already too late for him. This wasn't how it's supposed to end. Oh crap. No, it wasn't. Okay. Okay, we'll do it later. Or maybe I'll do it now, I just won't read it. There's a lot of reading that. Proceed north. I'll just get north, so I want to go east now. North. I'll continue north. I've just done this bit. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Oh shit, which way did it come then? So I went north. North again. Okay, good. West. So I don't want to go north. I don't want to go south. Yeah, I don't want to go south. Let's go east. Good. Yeah, grim. North. Ah, crap. Yeah. That was tricky. Okay. Let's see if I can make some notes of these then. It's tricky, this one. I have to navigate quite a few things. Right.
この人も
不満
Okay, so go north. Right, I don't want to go south, so go east. So I'll then go north. And west I won't go. Because west I've just come from, effectively. Right, so I've just gone north, so I don't want to go south. So I'll go north again. I can go west, or I can go east, but I won't go south. That's where I just come from. Alright. Paintings. Right, I have to go south. So I don't want to go south. I will go east. I don't want to go north, I don't want to go south. I'll just set me where I've been before. Ah, okay, this is what's like red carpet now. Yeah. Right, so I've just come proceed west or north. So we'll go north. Because west have just come from. Against all hope we make it to the front door. Woo!
何か言うことある？
次は迷路。
まったくだね。
That was tricky.
助けてくれてもうあんな夢見
That was a puzzling one, that. Right, just gonna save that because I need to stop. Before I do, let me just say thank you for watching. Just to let you know, I run Friday through Sunday on twitch.tv /pro_Moriarty1. On Friday nights I do my Old But Gold sessions where I take an old game and give it new life on Twitch or YouTube. Usually 10 years old, or more years old. Saturday nights I do my first playthrough, so currently I'm playing NieR Replicant, this one. And Sunday nights I have my chill sessions, so I'm playing currently playing through The Witness, but those will be chill games with no real action, just general nice playthrough. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can find my YouTube account, or if you're watching this on my YouTube account, I very much appreciate you watching. Leave me a like and subscribe to let me know that you're enjoying the content. For those of you on Twitch who are watching this, if you want to go to my YouTube account, it's youtube.com/pro_Moriarty, or just search up Moriarty. You'll come across me. I have various videos on there, but next time we'll continue. Next week we'll continue with NieR Replicant, or I might do some more through the week to see how I feel. But until then, take it easy. Moriarty out.